content and live shows for some of your favorite personalities and some of your favorite brands as well. You can make every merry moment merrier when you discover the HSN and QVC streaming service on Fire TV. It's on Roku, LG, Xfinity X1, and Xfinity Flex. So make sure you check out our streaming service. You're going to be happy that you did. All right, we are very busy. Use express ordering if you can. Our today's special is flying off the shelves. And I got another one for you. This is one of those gifts that really is a perfect gift to give for a guy. That's the show. It's called Gifts for a Guy. You know, we are very concerned as guys, and whether it's your family or you or your wife or partner or whatever it is, you want to make sure that you're covered. And what this is a full high definition camera that you put in your car. All right, you can articulate it. It's 120-degree vision. You can articulate it left to right. It actually plugs right into the port that you have, that every car has in the vehicle, to be able to power it up. All right, it works with a SD card inside. All right, it has loop recording, so it'll continue to record. You don't have to erase anything. It just the oldest goes away and the newest is recorded. It is full high definition. What's it great for? It's great for if you're going on a trip and you want to see what's coming up, you know, and check it out. It's great if somebody bumps into you, you get in an accident. It's great if you leave your car in the parking lot and somebody bumps into you, because it triggers the camera then as well. It is a brilliant way, a great safety measure for anybody that doesn't have a front-facing camera. A lot of us have a camera, a backup camera in our car, but most of us do not have a front-facing camera. And remember, you can articulate it left to right. We are doing it at a ridiculous sale price. I knew they were going to drop the price, but I didn't know they were going to do free shipping. So it was $69, it's now $49. It's only $10 on your credit card, and there is no shipping on this. One of the top gifts of the year. It's video documentation of anything out there on the road. And you know, we see some really crazy stuff out there on the road. This is a way to be able to protect you and your family. While you're out there, here's my good friend Joe Harrison. I know he takes care of his family and he's worried about them. And Joe, let's face it, a vehicle is one of the most expensive things that we own in our property. It's a good way to keep an eye on it.
It's a great way, and there's so many reasons why you want to buy it. For me, Guy, my reason happened a few months ago when my wife got hit. She was at a stop sign, she inched forward, and the person hit her from behind. Now, we live in a no-fault state, which means my insurance company has to take responsibility for it. But we're able to show the dash cam footage that it wasn't her fault. They actually went after their insurance company, saved me $500, and that's, you know, 10 dash cams, having that on there. It's the peace of mind knowing that every second while you're on the road, whether it was my wife at a stop sign, I know, Guy, it's been close a couple times. It's happened to you where things have gotten really sketchy. It happens to all of us. And even the most dangerous road in Florida is a road from Tampa to Orlando. It's a straight road. It's a straight road, but people are crazy when you're driving down the road. You see people swerving in and out of your lanes. They're eating sandwiches. They're on the cell phone. You see it. I see it. And there's an accident every 3 seconds in the United States. So every 3 seconds, people are getting out of the car and they're saying, well, it was your fault. No, it was your fault. How do you prove it otherwise? You have a dash cam that records every second. You can turn it around and show the police officer right there in full high definition exactly what happened. Because this is Minolta, the quality on the dash cam is absolutely fantastic. I'm going to go back to my first video clip here. And this happens a lot of times when you're driving down the road. You see these crazy drivers. There's a guy way over on the left side trying to merge a couple lanes in. Everybody's having to pump their brakes, and he's just not paying attention to where he's driving. Or then I started going on down this next road. A cyclist comes out of nowhere, and it just kind of throws you off a little bit. You want to make sure, okay, it's not my fault. I'm in the right lane. Everything is right there. But when you see the footage, you notice that everything is beautiful. It's a beautiful 1080p resolution. And this is so important because if you get into an accident, the police officer wants to know, what did the car look like? What were the traffic conditions? How many other vehicles were on there? I'm not just looking at my lane. I'm looking at the entire traffic and the entire lanes of traffic because it's that 120-degree ultra-wide angle. So the optics on here are super, super crucial because you have that type of detail really only Minolta can provide. And like you mentioned, this is loop recording. So you put a memory card in there, and it records around 3 hours of your drive time. Now, if you slam on your brakes or somebody hits your car, the dash cam detects it, and it locks down that 3 to 5 minute video clip. Now, if nothing happens, it's just going to delete the old stuff and then keep recording the new. But, Guy, you mentioned one other point. When this is sitting in your car, and you're away from your car, you're parked your car at home or at a mall or at the shopping center, and then you come back and somebody hits your car. Nobody leaves a note anymore. This will detect if somebody hits your car. It's going to turn on, and now it's going to record who hit you. It's going to record in high definition, not only video, but also the audio too. So, Guy, this is one of those unique dash cams that we have that has the highest resolution that records not only when you're driving the vehicle, but now also when you're parked, your car will still be protected.
Yeah, Joe, because there's a lot of dash cams out there that run just off the power of plugging it in.
Exactly.
This has a built-in battery. It's basically a backup battery to work when your car's not powered up. So if somebody does hit you, right, and remember, you can articulate the camera. If you're more worried about somebody hitting you in the back, you can move the camera around, right? You can spin it around to whatever way you need to turn it to cover the back of your car when it's in a parking lot. Really depends on how you park, but that is, that's a great reason to get. You know how many times, Joe, I told you when I was actually very fortunate. I was at Universal, and I wasn't in valet parking. I was in overnight parking. I went out to get my car the next day, and the emblem off the front of my car was laying on the ground in front of my car. It had been, somebody backed into my car and just cracked the emblem. The emblem alone, Joe, you ready? A plastic emblem on this car was $680.
Oh.
$600. Now, on the other side of it, somebody did leave a note, which I was shocked that they did.
Awesome.
Really,
Right.
I was so impressed. I was like, I knew because the note was on the car, and apparently he tried to put the medallion back on, but it had fallen off to the side. But anyway, you're talking about one out of how many people are going to actually take the time to write a note.
Right.
Every people in a hurry, I get it. Plus, they're probably like, yeah, he's got insurance, no big deal. Goes around, comes around. Yeah, goes around, comes around. He left a note, and I'm sure that was good for him. But you get everything you need to install this. And by the way, Joe, install's easy, right?
All you have to do is a suction cup mount. You attach that anywhere that you want on the windshield. And you can put it right below the rearview mirror. My wife likes to have hers way over on the left. You didn't mention that you can turn this around. We have some customers, we give you extra long cable. You can actually put this in the back window and have one facing out the back as well, so it's recording everything that happens. Now, after you install it, there's a memory card. Install the memory card, that's it. You turn the car on, it detects that power, it starts recording. You turn the car off, it stops that recording too. And if you get into that accident, it still detects that and locks down that video clip. But it's also, because this is one of the newer dash cams that we've had, that have something called high dynamic range. Now, normally when you're outside, the sun is so bright because it sits so close to the windshield, everything gets washed out. Well, this one, it actually has a high dynamic range, so it's designed to get rid of that ultra bright sun. So now this is some of the clearest video that we've really ever had. And there's a lot of unexpected things that you're having while you're driving down the road. For me, this one happened. I was at this red light turns green, then all of a sudden, these cyclists start coming over from the right side. And there goes one, there goes two, and I'm driving in my lane, and then there goes three, and then there goes four. These little, 500-pound mopeds are trying to go up against my 3,000-pound car, and they're cutting me off. And it's crazy stuff like that happens. Thankfully, nothing happened. But if I did run into them, how do I prove I was in my lane? How do they prove they were in their lane? It's It's impossible unless you have a dash cam. And when you think of every major intersection in the United States, what do you see a billboard for? It's an attorney that said, did you just get into an accident? Yeah. Do you want to take that chance? We have insurance for our house. We have insurance for our car. This is really insurance for your driving record, for your financial record. Because you think about if one attorney comes after you, your insurance premiums are through the roof. Yeah. Could cost you thousands of dollars, or you get a dash cam to protect you and your investment. It's such an easy thing to really add to your car.
I'll try to make this very quick, but I have been involved in all those things that you just said. About 7 or 8 years ago, I was pulling out of one of the big depot stores, and it's a notoriously bad area. Florida's full of them. And I was pulling out, and there were two guys on my left coming down this street, and I was waiting to get on. I had to go across the road and then get into traffic going the other way. 2 motorcycles. Please, if you ever run into or have an issue with a motorcycle, please know somebody's going to come after you, all right? There are signs all over Florida saying it. Motorcycle, call me, from attorneys. So anyway, Here's the thing. So the 2 guys are coming. I'm trying to get in a position where I can get out. They have their signal lights on like they're pulling where I'm coming out of. So I edge out more. I finally go. One pulls in, the other guy decides to go straight, all right? Right straight. So Annie puts his bike down, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, we had to go to a deposition. He said he was wearing a helmet. He wasn't. If I had all that on tape, especially him changing his signal light, Joe, let me just say, my insurance company got stuck with a big bill, and it was awful. But if you have video documentation, it makes all the difference in the world, all right? And it also can be fun. You can be going through the Grand Canyon, all right? Now you can see everything, and you can record all that too.
Exactly. My dad goes through the fall foliage this time of year up in Ohio, and it records.
Beautiful.
So, yeah, good stuff, bad stuff. It's always recorded.
Love it, Joe. All right, it's only $49.99 on sale with free shipping. Thank you, Joe Harrison. 771205 is the item number. All right, you ready for my pick? Where am I going? Am I going over in front of Josh? I'm going over there. All right, I'm going to grab